my mother used to tell my father when I was a child that I have seen all of this. They have, we are six brothers and sisters. So she said, I have never seen such a stubborn child in my life. I don't know how I am going to bring him up, because she was also a very angry type. So that actually sums up the person that I am.
Thank you so much, Sandeep and Manoj, for joining us. Lovely to speak to you. So I'll start with you, Manoj, first. From Bhiku Matre to Bhonsle. It's an exciting journey, I must say.
Yeah, quite a roller coaster, yeah. And also, I think I'm proud of one thing about myself. I was telling my wife also, I'm proud of one thing that, damn it, I persevered, I took it on my chin and I kept it on, yeah.
You've been someone who's been resilient. I have followed your career for 25 years myself.
Right.
From Satya to, today we are discussing Bhonsle. So it's been, there's somebody who's totally persevered and, has been at it against all odds, as they say.
Yes, that's my mother used to tell my father when I was a child that I have seen all of this. They have, we are six brothers and sisters. So she said, I have never seen such a stubborn child in my life. I don't know how I am going to bring him up, because she was also a very angry type. So that actually sums up the person that I am.
And coming to Bhonsle, 2018, both of you have been stubbornly, as they say, being at it. Finally, a release. Do you feel that this was the perfect platform? Or you had, it was something that you had to do according to the...
We wanted to, you were right, we got finished, the film got finished in 2018, but we did an international circuit and that took us 1 year. Because every festival has a different month. So 2019 end, we were finished and with all international festive circle, we got so many awards. Manoj got his second Asia Pacific Screen Award. And then we wanted to do a release in March or April. In fact, we finalized a date also, 14th April. But then lockdown happened and we wanted a theatre release, to be honest. But then we thought this lockdown might continue for another 6 months, 8 months. God knows when this will end. So already the film was late for a year because of international film festivals. So we thought, let's not wait, and we got this opportunity. And the best part about OTT platform is with theatre, you can do a week, 2 week release. But with OTT, you can have it 4 months, 5 months. So audience are huge. So OTT happened, we are good. We are happy that OTT has happened.
Manoj, you also decided to co-produce this film. What was it about playing Bhonsle and being producer and actor? What was it about this narrative that?
I became co-producer because also one of the producers, it was his idea. Because I was setting it up. The script came to me from Devashish. Then we were not getting producers. Then, meanwhile, we decided to make a short film, Tando, and we kept on trying to find a producer because of the local and migrant issue. Producers were, just not showing, and they were quite nervous and afraid in putting any kind of money. But then, when these movies people came, they said that we'll produce, but they had very little money in their hand, or they were taking it from their friends, little money. 11 days of shoot, and that I'm telling you from the 4 years when we decided to, make this film, from the 4 years to this date when we are shooting, at 11th day we didn't have any money to, keep on going on. It was so difficult. Next day's money we didn't have. And the chawl we were shooting in was going for redevelopment. So we had only that month. So frantically I started calling people. In the evening, after giving my shot, I went to the van and I suddenly realized that I had never, checked on Sandeep Kapur. So I spoke to him. He spoke to me about this story, and he somehow, sensed that there is something good about it. Just purely because of the words that I was, telling him, he decided to, give a lot of money for the shooting, just to make sure that the shooting happens. And he, next day, one of the co-producer came to Delhi. He immediately gave him the check. He went back and we kept on shooting. It's thanks to this man, Then he came in as a producer, because that was his deal with them. So, this is the story of Bhonsle. And then it went to all the festivals.
A long journey.
Long journey. And then when I got Asia Pacific second award after Aligarh. Asia Pacific is something from our country. I think Rajkumar has won it. I think Nawaz or Mantu.
Nawaz.
I was nominated third time. And this was my second award. When I got the award, it was like poetic justice. That night, when I was standing on this stage in Brisbane, that was like feeling of real accomplishment. A journey was started 5 years back, 4 years back. It really, in actuality, it ended on that stage in Brisbane.
Awesome. Yeah. And Sandeep, as you said, you are the person who helped him basically, put this to us, because if you hadn't come on board, they would have been struggling for money. Do you also think as producers, and he's been an actor for so long, do you feel sometimes good content just gets, missed in the festival circuit? Theatre nahi milega, aati hai picture jati hai, till someone discovers it. What are your actual struggles?
No, you're right. There is always a feeling whenever like Anarkali Farah was my last film I did with Swara. That time also I thought let us do a festival circuit, but that was more of a film which naach gaane, so audience may not, international audience may not like it. And मेरे को अभी भी honestly, if you ask, मेरे को अभी भी बहुत डर लगता है when somebody comes and tell me that this is a film which will do very well in film circuits, which will give you name, but end of the day, producer needs money, right? So that's always with any producer. But for director and actor, I'm telling in front of him, for director and actor, it is a very good story. It's a very good thing. But for a producer, बेचारा award लेके क्या करेगा? So it's a line which बड़ा मुश्किल सवाल है. After making 3 films, I don't think so. I will be like I'm making another film which is also on commercial. So डर लगता है, and I think that डर is with every producer. So you may or may not make good money with an internationally acclaimed movie, but yes, with a name, it gives you a lot of platform for your further career and further movies.
Just disagree there. If you have a budget of 3 crore, 4 crore, now you have too many avenues to actually break it even. Yeah, you have to work.
But 4 crores you can't make now.
No, work hard. Work really hard. 4 crore, 5 crore. Now OTT is there. There are too many avenues to. The return becomes slow. It's not so. It's not so fast that you make a big film with a big star, and then it's suddenly.
That's also not guarantee.
Just before the release, it is sold. So you are. That way, somewhere everything is guaranteed. But where it is not a guarantee, if it doesn't make the money, then you have to return the money. to the distributors, to everyone. So, but that a new producer or a medium producer going to a star and convincing him to do his film is also not possible.
Yes.
Yes. Very true. So, there are too many ifs and buts.
For an independent producer, getting a star in his first film is almost no, to be honest. You cannot, after making 3 movies, are now approaching the biggest star. Manoj is a big star for me. Thanks to him, he got me this story. And I know Manoj, he's been reading 20 stories and he finalized 1 story, right? It's not that he's an actor who wants to do every film. So I know somebody very big in top director, quote unquote, I don't want to name him. He was making a big film. He said, there was another big actor. He said, मुझे उसकी टेंशन नहीं है, उसको तो ले आऊँगा. But tension मनोज की है कि मनोज को इस फिल्म में कैसे लेके आऊँगा. And he's a big director, and I'm talking about big star. They've just finished the film and it released last year. So it's not that big or small, it's about the film. And like 5-6 crore ki picture aap bana loge, but publicity is more important. So making a film is very easy. But releasing it, you do a justice with the film is very, very difficult. I know so many people, so many producers who make films, और वो बेचारों की बंद हो जाती है because marketing is very, very important.
Sony Live, this is not that, this film is coming on Sony Live, that's why I'm talking about. Sony Live, somewhere showing great intention. If you look at their content, they are showing amazing intention in terms of the content that they are looking for. They've started streaming their films and series. You just see the lineup, which is so great. And in that line, they chose Bhonsle to be part of their list.
At first three films.
Awesome.
It's quite after the relaunch of Sony Live. So.
And like Bhonsle's, whatever little I have seen, as you play a person who stands by his rights and is all set to defy authority in the right way. It also talks about the outsiders, a migrant. It's a deeper political issue. The discourse at the moment now also is around that, outsiders versus insiders. You've seen it all. What do you want to say about this in the recent light of events that's happened, Manoj? You've seen it all. You've seen the highs, you've seen the lows, you've struggled, you've seen it all.
Everything. So what was the question? I've seen it all.
It's basically outsiders versus insiders, how a few control it, how you can't break through the ranks.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with, struggling against the ranks and trying to make my own place. I don't think anybody should have a problem with that, because the people who are right on top, they will not, they are competitive. You are competitive. They will not make it easy for you, for people who are coming in. The problem that people are having is with the bullishness, bully attitude. I think this is what I'm getting from all the anger which is surfacing. This is what I'm getting out of it. That people are angry not because that there is a competition, but because of a bully, competition in the guise of a bullishness. So that is what has, I think, irked people up completely. But at this point of time, I think people should reason it out. We as industry people and you guys as the media people, we should look inward and correct ourselves.
Just true. Agree.
Correct ourselves. Try to make it a very fair platform, very fair, which is given a chance to each and everyone. Many people say that, Manojji, you are now a big name, so it may not hurt you. But they don't know that I have 22 years back, I was the only one.
Very true.
Okay? Yeah. And I've gone like this and nose dived.
True.
There was nowhere to hold my hand. Okay? And again I came up. So I went down, came up, went down, came up. So it was, that ride was not so easy. Today I have a position. So what do I do with that position? If I'm a little bit privileged, I'm addressing to people who are privileged. If you say if you're privileged, if I say that I'm privileged, what should I do? If I find a talent and that talent is impressive, I'll try to cut short his or her journey of struggle. How do I do it? By calling Sandeep Kapur kind of person. Please meet this guy. What are you making? Please audition this girl. She is very good, or he is very good. You try to contribute to their journey by cutting short this struggle.
Very true.
Yeah, this is the role of people
responsible
who are already positioned well. I think.
Very true.
Yeah.
And for someone who's continuously reinvented himself, has done theatre, films, OTT platform, up next kya?
Next, फिर कोई ऐसा रोल अभी you know to be honest, what I have been dabbling with, I'm looking for a script. I'm looking for a script which will somehow excite the director side of me.
Oh, so co-produce ke baad director, see, you've got another job on hand.
So if that, and the day
I think you're looking for last 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. I mean, if whatever I'll direct, it will be really a unique subject that I want to direct. Something that people have never thought about, something that people have ignored, but there was a story, there was a great story. Yeah, I'm looking for something like that. But other than that, I'm just trying to explore the OTT medium.
True. It's been it's so democratic, and it's also given us better stories, better actors, and also, known actors have given themselves a fresh twist with it.
What is OTT platform? I just hope that they stay the same.
And don't get, with star-driven and name-driven. जो थोड़ा हो रहा है. Don't you think so, both of you?
वो होगा तो फिर प्लेटफॉर्म से लोग हट जाएंगे.
अभी बहुत हो रहा है because of the lockdown is also responsible.
So लोग भाग जाएंगे.
सही में.
Because यहाँ पे उनके हाथ में रिमोट है.
सही में.
It's very easy to run away.
True.
And you will think that they have come on your platform. At least that is registered. But you don't understand. Deleting takes one switch.
Very true. I so agree.
Content. It has to be content and content.
I so agree with that. Entertainment, content.
Patal Lok, nobody knew. All the actors were from theatre. Most of them were new faces. But when they were watching, they didn't care about the faces. They cared about the performance.
The story.
By those faces, the story, the director, the writing, the ambience, the word, the newness, the uniqueness of it, the relationship. Then they came to know about Jaideep Dhala. Then they came to know about Abhishek Banerjee, Neeraj Kavi, and all Swastika. I mean, so many fantastic great actors.
One film as
in one series.
Which is so true. Yeah. And both of you, do you see that the narratives and storytelling budgets are going to change after COVID? With magnum opuses, I think it'll take a while. Salary cut. Do you see the narratives also changing now?
Yeah, we already seen, because I am into advertising business for the last 20 years. We handle some of brands. Like we used to shoot a film for say X rupees. Now it is almost 70% less. We are shooting the same film. So supposedly 10 rupees of ad film cost is now costing 2 rupees. So it's a new low. So a similar thing will happen in industry also. Because end of the day, it's a cycle, it's a circle. If you're making something, people want to go and see, people want to go and spend, which is not happening, and which will not happen for at least 6 months. So that new low will come down, and that's very important for people, independent producers like us, who has a vision, who want to make content-driven film. But then they lack supposing we will start 20 crore na maang le. And कोई सर पैर की बात ही नहीं, anybody can say anything. I don't want to name, but वो जो चीजें हैं वो थोड़ी सी अब जो वो है down आएंगी. That kind of attitude, we want to do only with big producers, we want to do only with big directors. And last 4 years, people have understood the value of content. People understood the cinema ki content चाहिए. Like Manoj said, one Patal Lok series has given so many actors.
I mean, look at Family Man itself.
Yeah, you look at Family Man, yes.
I mean, the
worldwide it's a hit.
Sharib, he's such a fan talent. He was going unnoticed for so many years. Then you have so many other actors, wonderful actors, in this, and they finally got noticed. They are getting, inquiries. They are walking. They are busy. More than anybody, it gives me immense happiness.
And so are you enjoying this phase?
We as an industry, I know so many people. I'm not saying people like Manoj, but there are so many people, and they are numbers. They are in numbers. Huge talent. They are sitting at home. I was talking to somebody yesterday. He has acted in more than 50, 70 films. He's saying, Sandeep, no work from last 6 months.
It's the story everywhere.
And nobody's helping anybody. It's like people are talking, wo chala gaya, uske piche baat karte hain. But it's like people, big directors, big actors, a big producer should go and help them. Start casting them.
True.
But that will not happen.
I know. सब भूल जाएंगे COVID के बाद.
I know.
But what is that one change you want to see, Manoj sir? In terms of narratives in the industry, in terms of content, what is that one change you want to see?
Just I mean, they are going just fine. On OTT especially, they are going fine. I think the one thing that you were talking about, pointing it out, they will have to take away their focus from this stardom and star system. They will have to, because it's the demand of time.
Yes.
I mean, this is such a loud indication. It can't be louder.
Yeah.
Okay. So people are looking for content. People are looking for good work, quality. They want value for their money. So yeah, I mean, whatever genre that you want to make, you want to make maybe simple, make it. But please, for God's sake, get something new to it.
Justice to it.
So that is where it's going, because Pooja, this lockdown is quite unfortunate. That's fine. But in this lockdown, people got exposed to various content. So when they are going to go back to theatre, their requirements and demands will change.
Which is true.
Their definition of entertainment will change.
Which is true.
Yeah.
Which is true. Thank you so much all. Manoj sir सब पूछे Family Man 2 कब आ रही है?
Family Man 2 सब लोग रोज के रोज कम से कम 10,000 इंक्वायरी आ रही है. पहले आ जाती सितंबर तक, लेकिन लॉकडाउन हुआ तो पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन के कारण काफी कुछ डिले हो गया है. होपफुली आई थिंक इस ईयर आ जाएगी, क्योंकि पहले अब लॉकडाउन के कारण हम लोग काम ही नहीं कर पाए. पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन फिल्म शूट हो चुकी है, और जितना मुझे खबर मिली है कि इट्स बिगर एंड बेटर देन द फर्स्ट वन.
Awesome. And lastly, how would you define Bhonsle in one word, both of you, and why should we all tune in to watch this? I know because of you and you've made it happen, but
it's a subject which is international subject, local migrants, local problems. That is one word, and people should see it because they relate with themselves.
In one word, first of all, since you asked me to, it's a masterpiece. Okay. Now let me elaborate. It's directed by Devashish Makhija, who's fairly a new director. That way, he's made short films. He's made Arji before this, which has won many awards. And this Bhonsle he's made. Then you will see new actors in this. Ipshita, Santosh Juvekar, oh my God, they are volcanic. What talents they are. And so many other actors in there. There's a small actor, you see,
Abhishek
young Abhishek is there, Abhishek Banerjee is there.
Yeah.
And he shot it much before.
Yes.
Then there's a young boy, he's from Patna. You'll get to see him. Yeah, so yeah, it's a new story on local versus migrant, which is a global issue today. So yes, I just hope that it strikes the right chord with the audience.
Thank you so much, and keep entertaining us and giving us the content-based cinema that you are doing. All the very best. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye करती हूँ.